Good morning, cultists! In our previous episode, we left things off after finally reaching Stellar Bay. Getting here on foot was quite the journey, though considering that I leveled up twice on the way over, I think it was well worth the effort. What do you think, Parvati? Oh, you're not Parvati. There you are. What do you think, Parvati? Was the trip worth it? And before you answer, I have to remind you that the awesome suit of armor that you're wearing now was found on the trip. What's that, Parvati? You love the journey? I thought you did. So did you, Sam. I know you did, because you got to cleanse a lot of stuff. Alright guys, well, Stellar Bay is not going to explore itself. I believe there's someone down there that's waiting to talk to us. This guy. Even though I didn't land my ship when I first met him. I guess I didn't really meet him. I kind of just walked by him. I'm assuming he's one of those attendants that have to register ships and such. You know, those people that you always see in like sci-fi movies and TV shows and whatnot? Or are you somehow related to the Brothers Grimm, who came up with all those fables and whatnot?
Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right?
No, I was actually just hiding on the left side of your field of vision this entire time. I'm actually your mother too, but you just never saw me because I was on the left side of your vision. Whatever, I'm not here for chit-chat. You seem surprised. Well, that is my ship on the landing pad right next to you. Let's be snarky. Sure.
I knew it. See, I made what you'd call a logical deduction. You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off.
What? I don't remember seeing anything. Wait, like, wrecked ships or... Oh, I mean, assuming by the way that he's talking about them, I guess they're still in commission. What are they doing out there? Takes more than a few gunships to scare me. Yeah, takes more than a few gunships to scare me.
Wish more folk could say that. Gets awful quiet guarding a landing pad that never gets used. You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-world traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna and halcyon. Please state your name for the records.
You've been practicing this? Captain Debris, me, I'm Alex Hawthorne. I prefer to travel discreetly, if you know what I mean. I don't have time for this. Yeah, I want to be discreet. I don't want you to announce to people that I've arrived or something. I'll just do that by myself, I'm sure.
Aw, don't be like that. I never get to do this part.
Oh.
Please.
Oh, I don't want to crush his heart. Don't make me tell you twice. Fine, I'm Captain Debris.
Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill.
Sanjar? Isn't that one of the names that we read in the log in the past? I believe he was rated as one of the worst employees that they had in that that building or something. Huh. Is Stellar Bay that isolated? You're not what I expected to find on Monarch. Gonna have a look around town. Yeah, is Stellar Bay that that isolated?
We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago.
You're not what I expected to find on Monarch.
Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly.
Wait, so there aren't cannibals here? Oh man. I came here exclusively for the cannibals. Ah, jeez, I thought you were gonna have like a giant human flesh festival or something. You know how some of those small towns have like onion festivals or whatever? I was kind of hoping for a human flesh festival, but sure. Are you saying the board's been lying about this place?
Oh, sure. It makes Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell. Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though.
I kinda get the feeling that you want me to talk to Mr. Sanjar. Alright, sure. I'm gonna have a look around town.
Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you? Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor?
That depends. What is it?
I got this Rizzo's Rangers tossball poster coming in on the next sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in?
This guy sounds like an older teenager. Sure, I can ask about your poster. Who's the Black Hole? This poster sounds pretty valuable. Who's the Black Hole?
That's Bertie Holcomb. Only one of the greatest tossball hackers ever.
I wonder if he's kin. Dad had family that worked for Rizzo's. I never got to meet them.
Everyone's heard of him, even on Monarch. We still get some of the games. You been living in a sulfur pit or something?
I'm sorry. Are you going to judge me for having been raised in a sulfur pit? How dare you? Whatever, I really don't care. Actually been in hibernation for decades. Let's not divulge that. But why is he called the Black Hole? Yeah.
On account of him being the best hacker who ever played, nothing gets by him. He sucks up every ball that comes his way.
Okay, that's all I ever need to hear on that subject. Maybe word that differently. Yeah.
Well, Holcomb's had a lot of nicknames over his career. Used to be the tallywhacker on account of what he'd do to the score. Before that, he was the slick stick, because his shots were always so smooth.
Let's not talk about this ever again. You're making this up.
I swear I'm not. At the start of his career, people called him the hack boss, but no one thought that was very catchy.
Okay. This poster sounds pretty valuable.
I couldn't really say, I'm just a fan of the game. But the fancy collector types say the more people see these things, the less valuable they are. And I figure my poster's been passed around by more than a few people by now.
Alright, well, I'll ask about your poster.
Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
Gotcha. I don't know what the MSI bar is, or whatever. Got a bunch of vending machines. Oh, MSI. Is that the corporation that runs this place? The Yacht Club? Wait, do they actually have boats here? Bennett? You're named. Why are you important?
Laws. Can a man enjoy the smooth menthol flavor of a Stogie Slim in peace?
No, Benjamin Kingsley. You've got a lot of brass for a man doing absolutely nothing.
What I am doing, ma'am, is enjoying the moment. It's so rare that I can seize one apart from the jabbering masses of this wretched place.
What? What are you talking about? He seems to me like one of those hoity-toity poets from like the 70s and 80s. You know, the ones that always wear the exact same glasses and the berets and like always dress in black and stuff. What are you talking about? Your neighbors probably aren't missing your company either, come to think of it. What are you talking about?
This law's forgotten town. Cut off from the rest of the colony. Removed from any culture. I recall when Stellar Bay was a proper board-affiliated town with regular shipments of Auntie Cleo's best and all the cereals. Before Sanjar took over MSI and got us all booted.
MSI? What is MSI? That does sound nice. You miss the good old days, but now you're all free from the board. You miss the good old days?
Days of consumption and culture. When we weren't squabbling with the iconoclasts for lack of better things to do. Look, you're making me melancholy. Is there something you wanted?
I'll leave you be. Thanks. No side quest. Unbelievable. What a douche. Oh. Oh, wait. Are you the person that we have to find? McGuire? Let me just talk to you first.
Well, well. Isn't often we see new folk in Stellar Bay. First drink's on me, stranger.
Thanks.
Enjoy. If you plan on sitting through Nyoka's stories, you might could use a few.
I could use a few and telling them myself.
Now what can I do for you?
Let me see what you have. How well do you know Nyoka? You said you're not used to seeing new faces around here. Why is this place called the Yacht Club? Yeah, why is it called the Yacht Club?
Thought it had a fancy ring to it. Name's the first advertising anyone sees, after all.
That's a fair point. Are there any yachts in Stellar Bay? Then you might think about fixing up that sad-looking sign outside. Yeah, are there any yachts in Stellar Bay?
Nope. But a man can dream.
Great, thanks. You said you're not used to seeing new faces around here.
Not since Amber Heights. These days we have more leaving than coming. Off to join the iconoclasts or some such.
Alright, well, what happened at Amber Heights?
Bunch of marauders broke into the executive compound, slaughtered everyone. Corporations pulled out of Monarch not long after. I thought everyone knew. But then that was 10 years ago. Still feels fresh to us every time we look at our walls, though.
Oh, I see. I thought it was the constant harassment from the wildlife and whatnot that made people pull out, but I guess not. Well, how well do you know Nyoka?
Anyone who spends any amount of time in this bar is bound to get to know Nyoka, on account of her being here so often herself. And I don't mean that unkindly. Anyone who's rid us of as many beasts as you have is entitled to a few drinks. Something else I can do for you?
You could let her respond, but no, I guess not. Let me see what you have to trade. Rum and something. Rum mixed with a soda mixer, ready for drink. Iceberg aged whiskey. A bottle of Tripicale whiskey. And Trippistout. A bottle of Trippistout ale. Wow, okay, great. So not a lot of choices. Fantastic. Alright, Nyoka, I believe you're part of my main quest. Wait, do we want to talk to her now, or should we talk to her later? I guess we might as well talk to her now.
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood, so it's sliding. All over the place, trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud.
Keep listening.
But I gotta get in there, get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, shit, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn wrapped out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here. Who are you?
Are you the town drunk? Who are you? I'm Debris. Pleasure to meet you. Debris, are you always this drunk? I'll just ask, who are you?
Name's Nyoka. I'm the best big game hunter on the planet.
You're also the loudest big game hunter on the planet. And the drunkest.
Shut the Fair point. I deserve it, though. On account of being the best.
My dad always kept his firearms and liquors in different lockers. Said it wasn't safe to mix them.
Out here, if you ain't a little buzzed, you're liable to notice the stench of life. The grit in the air. The dust in every drink and the blood on every boot.
Do you go around eating boots? Cause I've been there, done that, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's nice to meet you, Nyoka. I'm Debris. I guess we might as well be nice to her in our first meeting.
Ooh, charmer. Don't get a lot of that around here. Folks mostly grump at me about how I should join the MSI payroll. Nice change of pace. Buy me a drink, will you?
Oh. Is this going to lead somewhere sexy, i.e. the bedroom? Yeah, sure. Another round, bartender.
Outstanding! What are you doing in Stellar Bay, stranger?
Vacation. I'm told you can help me find an information broker. Just seeing what it's like for myself, people talk it up like it's a shithole. Let's say vacation.
Oof. Some hell you've chosen. You must really love fish.
Allergic, actually. I was kidding. I'm told you can help me find the information broker. Yeah.
Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? Let's talk business. I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You'll have to get me something to clear my head.
What do you need? Not in the mood to fetch things. How much time do you need? I don't need an escort. Just tell me how to get to Devil's Peak. Alright, so what do you need?
Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, well, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine somethings? Pills. They're very good. I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Fetch me one and we'll be all set.
Well, we were actually at the pharmacy. Caffeinoid. That stuff's just a stimulant. And if I can't get a steroid or caffeine something or other. I mean, bit of a big difference between steroids and caffeine. Steroid or caffeine somethings, you don't even know what you're taking. It's a good point. You mean caffeinoid? That stuff, just a stimulant.
Well, they work. We got a deal or what?
You won't find a better deal in Halcyon than our special one-time offer for a refurbished sanitation unit. Remember, if it's dirty, it's a job for Sam.
What in the... That thing talks?
That's Sam. She... It helps me stay clean. Anyway, I'll go get those meds. Sure. Wait, do I not already have caffeinoids? Nyoka's medicine from the MSI dispensary. Sure, before I do that though, let me just explore this place and make sure that you don't have any contraband. Ah, some contraband right here, guys. Right here, I knew it. I'm so glad I checked. Just doing my, routine inspection as a contrabander. Nyoka's bar talk bingo sheet. Several phrases that have been marked off right between the eyes. There were 4 of them. That rat was this big. Took it down with one shot. Buy me a drink. They have a fucking bingo sheet for her stuff. That's awesome. Well, I guess she's in here all the time. So how do you find the time to like hunt big game if you're just talking or just drinking your ass off in this place? Whoa, Caleb Herrick. Interesting.
New face, huh? You from Offworld?
Yep, Captain Debris of the Unreliable. What's it to you? Yeah, what's it to you?
Nothing at all. Just like to be friendly like with newcomers. It's the MSI way.
Why would you want to do that? If I see a newcomer, I'll tell them you're, buying. Fair enough, Captain Debris of the Unreliable, I guess. Sure.
A ship captain? Well, I'll be. Here, let me buy you a drink. Consider it an MSI welcome. Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell and revel with us?
By the smell, he's been reveling enough for you both already.
As long as you stop mentioning fucking MSI. Fine, what are you celebrating?
Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. We're untethered, free of responsibility and worldly cares. Well, as long as we don't run out of bits. But until the windfall's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough, we did. So now we're striking.
Wait, what? In this world? Good grief. What could be so bad it made you walk off the job? Won't you get in trouble for that? Good luck with that. Yeah, won't you get in trouble for that?
I don't see how. When Sanjar took over MSI, he tossed all the old corporate rules. We ain't required no more to work whatever job the company demands. Our supervisor Velma goes on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refuses to negotiate, so we're refusing to work. We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on Monarch, we're free from the board, you know? We have the right to lobby for better hours and pay.
Wow, this is unprecedented. Also, Velma, as in like Velma from Scooby-Doo. I always said, she's a hot box of rocks, you know. Just maybe do something a little different with her hair somewhat. I don't know. I happen to be pretty good with negotiations.
I wouldn't doubt it. You look like the type who tends to come out on top. Not like us cogs, trying to be the squeaky wheel but just getting deadlocked. It's been days, but Velma won't even hear us out. Maybe you could just make her listen to our demands.
Okay, I'll mediate on your behalf.
You would do that? We sure are lucky you decided to come up to the patio today. I knew drinking up here would be good for more than the view.
Are you hitting on me? We need to talk about Velma.
Sure thing. What did you want to discuss?
I can lie. Sandra is going to fire Velma if you don't return to work. How long can you afford to miss work?
Not forever, but we've each saved up our bits, and I stashed them safe in my home by the diner. I reckon we could last a week or two at least.
Oh. I wonder if I could force this guy to go back to work by stealing his money. Any suggestions for how to put pressure on Velma to negotiate?
If I knew that, I'd have tried it. Talking reasonably got me nowhere. Maybe you'll fare better. The others wanted to blackmail her, but we're above that. Besides, them are just rumors. We got no proof they're true.
I gotta say, there's one thing that I want to point out about this game. It's how good the facial expressions are when you're talking to people, because in previous games like Fallout, I mean, different company, but still, in like Fallout or like Skyrim, you can never tell what the fuck kind of expression the characters are making when you're talking to them. Whereas here, I can clearly see that he's like disgruntled, and when Nyoka was talking earlier, I could see that she made some facial expressions, and I could tell exactly what she was thinking. So it's pretty fucking awesome that they have all the and the people don't look like fucking potatoes either. So that's a mile above anything the Bethesda's made so far. So what's this about blackmail now?
I would never endorse such an untoward tactic, you know, but, well, there's rumors that Velma's taking a cut off the profits. So far it's just gossip, you know, but if there was any proof to be had, it'd be in the Saltuna warehouse, I reckon.
Alright, well, I'll talk to you later. Sure. So let me take a look at this. Passion pills, that's the pill stuff. Herrick's handiwork. Caleb's living off a stash of bits he keeps at his home near the diner. If the stash were to go missing, he'd have to return to work. I knew it! I absolutely knew it. Caleb believes Velma's been skimming money out of the warehouse accounts. If I can find proof, he can use that as leverage to make Velma negotiate. Well, she shouldn't be skimming off the top anyways. Auto loader operator.
It'll be good to get some steady pay again.
Are you guys all on strike? Also, why the fuck is there just a random MacPick over there? Whoa, hey guys, just keep watch out here. Sam, I want you to just clean this place. Just completely clean it with someone else's tongue. Flywheel, kind of garbage, but I'll take it. Spacer's chaw. That's just chewing tobacco. Oh, shoot, sorry, didn't mean to brandish my weapon, guys.
Coming back.
My bad, my bad. Alright, so I guess we're done with the exploration of this little bar here. And I've checked out the bathrooms. So where else do we want to go? That's the Yacht Club, Sebastian Adams Wildlife Emporium.
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
Yeah.
We're here, light years from Earth, going about our lives.
Great, thanks. I'm,
Every time the punch clock peels, a worker
guys seem to be having a very scintillating
What are you
conversation.
talking about?
Sorry, I thought you were quoting It's a Wonderful Directorate.
Wait, so where the fuck is this Sebastian Adams Wildlife Emporium? You're not Sebastian Adam, are you? I'm trying to find this fucking shop. Because apparently, wait, you're a store?
Highly efficient automechanical, fine-tuned to neutralize noxious contaminants on Halcyon's market. SAM units are reliably certified at killing filth dead.
We gotta be put in this universe to do more and kill. We gotta.
Nope, that's Sam's lot in life, apparently, to just kill, brutally murder anything that's filthy. Sebastian, you better pray you're not filthy.
Hello, stranger. Can I interest you in a raptidon tongue? Or maybe some canid toenails? You look like a woman who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts.
Sam, this guy's filthy. Kill him. Murderate right now. Let's see what you have.
Oh, good. Celia hasn't come by in a few days, so I haven't sold much.
So what, the Celia person eats this stuff? Wrapped it on meat? Mantiquine chitin, Manticarpus, wrapped it on flank hide. Cystipig tumors? They're literally falling off the backs of cystipigs passing by. Just flake off the dirt and they're ready to eat. No cystipigs were harmed in the production of this food. Good God, that sounds fucking disgusting. But, sustainable? I don't know. Alright,
You look like a woman.
Yeah. What's this other one? Why would I want any of that?
I don't know. Celia usually buys whatever I have, and Mr. Pickett seemed real interested. So I thought maybe I was onto something.
Mr. Pickett? Franklin Pickett from Edgewater?
That's him. He'd been here years, but he always talked about going back to Edgewater one day.
Who's Celia? Parvati, you know who he's talking about? Yeah, who's he talking about?
Sure. Mr. Pickett used to run the community center outside Edgewater. He had this grand idea to make it a museum for halcyon life. As my dad told it, Mr. Pickett was always going on about getting a mantiquine for the last display. He left the Vale, gosh, years ago.
He came to Stellar Bay years ago, just before the board cut us off. Ended up stuck here. He was always real interested in our monsters. Mantiquines, especially.
Huh. I see. Yeah, I remember that, actually. Have you seen a mantiquine?
Sure. They're real big. Hard to miss them.
They're pretty fucking awesome. Where have you seen a mantiquine?
Well, I could send you to the same place I sent Mr. Pickett. But I haven't seen him in a few weeks. To tell true, I'm starting to get a bit worried about him.
Captain, can we look for him? I'd feel awful if somebody from home was in trouble and we didn't do nothing.
Tell you what. I'll tell you where I sent Mr. Pickett if you promise to look for him. Help him out if he's got himself in trouble. Fair deal?
Sure, I can keep an eye out for him. If he's a friend of Parvati, I suppose I ought to. Let me think about it. Yeah, if he's a friend of Parvati's, I suppose I ought to.
Thanks, Captain.
All right then. Leave town through the southern gate, the one right here, and head past the abandoned ruins. Last mantiquine I saw was in the wilds out that-a-ways. Could be Mr. Pickett still out there too.
Great, thanks. About Mr. Pickett.
Yeah, you find him yet?
I didn't leave your site. What the fuck do you think happened? Do you black out often? Did you black out just now? And think that I went away to find Mr. Pickett? Where should I look for him?
I sent him past the ruins just south of town. He was hunting for a mantiquine out there.
So he's still on that mantiquine thing. Wow, okay. Maybe some other time. Great, thanks. Oh. So wait, do we want to go talk to the Ashen Pills? Yeah, I guess we might as well go find the medicine, considering that we... Who's this? Oh, I remember walking by you. Why are you so dramatic?
Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak.
Your child is missing? Where'd you last see him? Calm down, take a deep breath, then tell me what happened.
Don't you tell me to calm down. I promised my boy I'd protect him for always. But how can I keep him safe if he's run away? He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the raptidons, mantisaurs, and marauders, the toxic sulfur pools, and poisonous plants, but he didn't listen.
Oh, law, Captain. A youngster won't last long in a place like this. Please, can't we help?
Please, won't you go and find my boy?
Okay, fine. Did you say there was a reward involved with this quest? Or this request? And why would Tucker run away? Yeah, was there a reward?
Well, I guess I can't ask you to leave the town walls for free. It is deathly dangerous out there. I've got some bits saved up for a rainy day. I'll give you every last one if you just bring my Tucker back to me. I won't even be mad at him running off. You tell him I won't be mad.
You look fairly old. How young is your child? Not to question any of this, but still, and why would Tucker run away?
He's been pining for an adventure. Says he's tired of living cooped up behind the walls. But he doesn't understand how dangerous it is out there. I warned him. A raptidon would snap him up first chance it got. I just know one's ripped his arm off and is gnawing on his sweet little fingers. He should have listened to his mama. I promised I'd keep him safe here with me.
Wow. She's really morbid. Where would he have gone?
He's been listening to those awful broadcasts that the iconoclasts put out. I begged Sanjar to put a stop to them, but did he? No! And now I just know my boy's run off to Amber Heights. That is, if a Manta Queen hasn't spooled out and eaten his entrails for breakfast already.
Every time she talks about what she thinks is happening to her child, it gets more and more gory. I fucking love it. What were you saying about the iconoclasts?
Those low-life degenerates, leading innocent boys into a life of danger. Oh, they make it sound so exciting. Like it's noble to risk it all out there, fighting for the greater good. How noble is it to worry your loved ones? Not at all, I say. But still they preach their sermons of anarchy and rebellion to anyone who listened. If they weren't holed up in Amber Heights, I'd knock them all upside the head.
How fucking dare you say that about degenerates? Unacceptable. Where is Amber Heights?
That old settlement, southwest of Stellar Bay. I don't know which is worse, the thought of my son shacking up with the nutty iconoclasts, or that he never made it. Sprats could be nesting in his rotting body alongside the road as we speak. Or maybe marauders got him, pulled all his teeth out, crushed him into their drugs and made him snort them. Oh, the things that could happen to my sweet baby.
Oh my god. I need a fucking transcript of everything she said. This is incredible. I love it so much. Alright, fine, I'll help your son. I hope all those things that you mentioned happen to him.
Thank you. Oh, I know he'll be safe now that someone's able to fetch him home. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road southwest of town. I'm sure he made it that far. I just know it. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouths. Tell them what I think of them luring little boys away from their mamas. It's immoral.
Great, thanks, Agnes. Thank you for, oh my god. That was a great laugh.
Dad today. Do you miss Mr. Hawthorne, Sam?
While SAM units are mass-produced for economical purposes, the overall quantity is limited compared to other automechanical product lines, because we understand our clientele is exclusive and discerning.
I guess you probably never met him, huh? Well, that's okay. You got us. We'll be your dad now.
Sure thing, Parvati. Sure thing. Okay, so it's kind of over there. Zhang's Emporium. Wait. Oh, you're Zhang?
Well, well. The only new folk I ever see in town are sublight runners from Fallbrook. But you don't look like one of Catherine's. What can I get you?
Oh, okay. I'd like to trade, I guess.
If you don't see it, I don't got it. Don't go asking for the special reserve.
And why not? Ah, I see. So this is like the only market or trader that I've seen in Monarch so far. Interesting. Alright, well, I think we're actually going to end the episode off here for now. I realize I made 0 progress, but we did pick up a few more quests. But that's usually what happens when you, the first time you get into a town, right? You just spend the entire time just talking to people and getting quests and whatnot. So we'll come back tomorrow and then we'll explore more of the town while Agnes's child gets devoured by, you know, basically every wildlife on the planet. And I don't know if there's more to explore because we were kind of in this region before, and that's when we came across the mission to, or the quest to solve the murder. We should probably get on that too. And then we should probably go talk to Mr. Sanjar or whoever this guy is. He sounds like he's the guy who's running the entire place. But we'll see. Alright, so for now, thanks for watching and have a good breakfast.